Welcome to Daily Magic, a cozy corner of the world where you're invited to rediscover and experience the abundant magic that dances through your life. This podcast is slow living wrapped in sparkles, self-love woven with inspiration, and mindfulness dipped in wonder. So brew up a cup of tea in your favorite mug, settle into your comfiest chair, and join me, Shainawexler, as we allow ourselves this respite to romanticize our lives and revel in daily magic. Hello, my beautiful, radiant, precious, darling friend. I am so happy that you are here with me today for this, our final episode of Season 2 of Daily Magic. I cannot tell you what a joy it has been to share this season with you, and I am already so excited for the launch of Season 3 in a few months. And I have some very fun, cozy, and interactive things up my sleeve for next season. So please make sure to press the follow button on whatever platform you're choosing to listen to be sure that you are able to hear all of the teasers and tidbits that I share leading up to the launch of Daily Magic Season 3, okay? Of course, you know by now that it is time for the most important question of the episode. What hot beverage are you sipping on as you settle in for this cozy episode? You must tell me, please let me know in the comments below what tea or coffee or what warm, cozy beverage you are sipping on today. For me, today, in honor of our holiday-themed episode, I have opted for a mug of hot chocolate topped with a whole bunch of vegan marshmallows. Because if there aren't marshmallows and copious amounts of marshmallows, like what even is the point of hot chocolate? Am I right? If you're new to the show, welcome. And this would be a great moment to let you know that last season, I crafted a holiday sound story episode titled The Magic of Hot Chocolate. So if you haven't heard that one yet, this is a great time of year to go back and listen to that one as well. And speaking of past holiday episodes, last season, I also created a really cozy, whimsical, gleeful holiday episode called The Magic of Holidays, which served to bring us back into a childlike mindset for our celebration of the holidays now as adults. So if you are finding yourself in the mood for something glittery and celebratory, those are absolutely there for you. And for today's episode, I'd really love to approach the conversation of holiday celebration from a different angle and speak to some of the nuances around the holidays in relationship to our emotional and mental health. For some of us, the holidays are a purely joyous and abundant feeling time of the year. For some of us, it's deeply grievous or anxiety producing. And for most of us, there is a complicated mingling of both of these aspects. And let's be real, that can feel like a very tricky thing to try to navigate. In today's episode, I'd love for us to explore some ways that we can allow ourselves the internal and external space to really be with these seemingly dueling spaces and to afford ourselves the true self-love of prioritizing our emotional health as we make our way through this season, okay? The crisp change in the air ushers in a delicious magic that seems to hum from all around us. Lights glimmer from our neighbors' rooftops. Dark chocolate peppermint everything lines the shelves of our local stores. Thousands of predictable but oh so charming rom-coms about a straight-laced city girl who inherits her great aunt twice removed poinsettia farm stream on every platform. Fireplaces crackle and we bundle ourselves up in chunky knit sweaters and fuzzy socks. And we know the expectation. After all, it is the happiest season of all. But for a lot of us, this glittering snowflake magic is only one level of what the season elicits. Some of us will spend the holidays surrounded by family and maybe hand in hand with our appreciation for our loved ones, we'll also experience feelings of overwhelm or pressure to show up or perform or meet the expectations set by others. We may find ourselves feeling inadequate, dismissed, or perhaps even while surrounded by boisterous cousins and extended family, feeling entirely alone. Caught in the whirlwind of family events, we may find ourselves wishing for some time on our own. Others of us, on the other hand, will spend this holiday season solo, and while we'll feel grateful for an uninterrupted day of Hallmark movie watching and cookie binging, perhaps we'll also feel as though we're on the outside looking in. Maybe we'll feel left out, rejected, or unwanted as we scroll social media and see mountains of photos of seemingly happy families beaming from every feed. Some will be experiencing the holidays the first time after a deep loss, navigating a swirling sea of crashing waves of emotion, loss, nostalgia, and grief. Others will experience this holiday season from a space of transition, a new home, city, relationship, or country, not quite settled, not quite uprooted, needing to forge brand new memories and traditions. No matter how you slice it, this time of year can bring about a mingling of emotions. And my beautiful friend, probably the most important thing that I will say in this entire episode is that that's okay. It's okay to feel both hope and melancholy in this season where all things are billed as merry and bright. It's okay to feel an abundance of love around you and the sting of loss and missing. You're a human person. And whatever combo platter of emotions this season brings up for you, it's okay. I invite you to allow yourself the internal space to accept that it's okay. When you feel the urge to shake the tears from your eyes and plaster on a smile that you think others are expecting of you, I invite you to instead take a gentle moment with the feeling that's arising. Hear it. Be with it. Let it know it's okay that it's present. Let it speak and allow it to pass when it's ready. It's okay. It's okay to be right where you are. If you're open to it, I'd love to share some things with you that I've adopted that have really been helpful to me as I have learned how to best nurture my internal world. So, for those of you who will land in the first category that I mentioned earlier, those who are spending the holidays with family, I know how complicated and even tenuous family dynamics can be. Family has a way of taking the balanced, even, evolved version of ourselves and just instantly transforming us back into our 8-year-old selves, caught back in these same cycles and patterns that formed us, right? The amount of times that I have found myself in wounded tears at a family get-together because I feel picked on or dismissed. It's 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 too many to count, and I'm laughing because it's not because it's not funny. But over the years, I have found that when I am feeling overwhelmed, it is really helpful for me if I can give myself permission to just take a brief time out. For years and years, I didn't allow myself to do this because I felt like there was this expectation for me to stay in the festivities of it all, right? And I also knew that if I retreated to take a moment to equalize, that I would be accused of running away or trying to get attention. And honestly, I let the fears of what they would say about me take priority over taking care of myself and what I was actually really needing in those moments. Trying to stick it out only caused that hurt and overwhelm to grow and expand inside of me until those tears would inevitably burst forth. But over time, I have learned that loving myself means checking in with myself to see what I'm needing. And on a more fundamental level, knowing that it is absolutely okay to have needs. So now, when I'm feeling that pressure in my chest start to build, I excuse myself. I find a quiet space. I take some deliberate, grounding breaths. I check in with my emotions. I talk to myself in a really kind and patient tone and really speak to and connect with that 8-year-old inside who's feeling wounded and is needing some compassion. Sometimes this pause is 5 minutes in a dark bedroom. Sometimes it's a 15-minute walk around the block. Sometimes it is a 20-minute phone call with a supportive friend who loves and sees me for exactly who I am to help me find my equilibrium again. No matter how brief or how long the pause, I always emerge feeling so much better and better able to navigate these complicated dynamics around me. This holiday season, if you find yourself experiencing the pressures of family dynamics, I invite you to allow yourself a healing pause. Taking a few minutes to nurture yourself is not an act of selfishness. It is an act of love for yourself. And the byproduct of this act of love is that you're able to inhabit a healthier version of yourself for those around you as well. It is a win-win. For those of you who will experience the other side of the coin and will be in your own company for this season, I want you to imagine that right now I am looking you sincerely in your eyeballs as I say this. There is absolutely nothing wrong with you for being in this space this year. Being alone during the holidays is not a failure. It is not a reflection of your worth, and it does not mean that you are unlovable or unwanted, even if that sneaky little voice inside tries to convince you otherwise. When I've spent holidays solo, one of the most helpful shifts that I have made is to reframe the internal narrative from I'm all by myself to I'm with myself. That subtle reframing can help us to view the holiday as an investment into quality time with ourselves, choosing to fill the day with all of our favorite things and moving at our own desired pace. There is a lot of magic that can be experienced from solo celebrations, and I encourage you to listen to the magic of a solo date, the magic of inventing holidays, and the magic of anticipation for some cozy, whimsical inspiration on how to fill this wonderful solo day. I won't lie, I've spent many a holiday with myself. Sometimes that's due to external circumstances, like I'm living out of country or traveling. And sometimes it's because I've done such a good job of making solo holidays magical for myself that I often prefer to have my holiday that way. Many of my favorite holiday memories have been forged while investing time in myself. This being said, it's also perfectly normal for feelings of sadness or loneliness to arise as well. Once again, in these cases, I invite you not to shame yourself for these feelings or rush to distract them away. Instead, see if you can sit beside those feelings with the same kindness and tenderness that you would offer a precious friend. You might place a hand on your heart and remind yourself, I'm allowed to want connection. I'm allowed to grieve what I wish today looked like. Often, simply naming that ache softens it and allows it to move through us. If it feels supportive, you might also reach outward in small and manageable ways. A text to someone you trust, a voice memo, a video chat with somebody else who's spending a solo day. And whether you decide to reach out or you decide to take it as a day of rest, there's no right or wrong way to do this solo celebration. Give yourself permission to be exactly where you are. For those of you who are navigating this season in the wake of a deep loss, my heart is with you. The holidays have a way of illuminating absence, of highlighting the empty chair, the missing voice, the traditions that no longer land the way they once did. If this is you, I want you to know that grief does not mean that you're doing the holidays wrong. It means you loved deeply. You're allowed to simplify. You're allowed to opt out completely. You're allowed to let the season look quieter and slower and more tender than years past. And remember that you don't have to navigate your grief alone. If you are someone who finds yourself somewhere in between homes, identities, relationships, or versions of yourself even, I want to acknowledge how disorienting that can feel, especially during a season that is so steeped in traditions and familiarity. When everything around you seems to emphasize roots and groundedness and rituals, being in flux can feel especially vulnerable. In seasons of transition, it really helps to give ourselves permission to release the pressure of recreating the past. This might be the year that you start something entirely your own. A new ritual, a new recipe, a solo walk at dusk, a moment of reflection at the end of the day where you honor what you've left behind and what you're moving towards. Whoever you are and whatever circumstance life finds you in this year, I'd love for you to take a moment with me right now to offer yourself a bit of love and acceptance. If you aren't driving, I'd love for you to gently close your eyes, place one hand over your heart and give it just some gentle pressure, and place one hand on your low belly as well. And let's just take a couple of centering, loving breaths together right here. Let's bring our attention to our heart on the inhale and to our low belly on our exhale. A couple of deep breaths, big deep inhale. Letting it go. Keep these deep breaths going. Filling your heart with love on your inhales. Settling into beautiful allowance and acceptance on your exhales. A couple more. Big, deep, intentional inhale. Exhale it out. One more. Big, deep inhale. And really let it go. Good. And now, with your eyes still closed, hands on the heart and the belly, I would love for you to repeat a few affirmations after me. You can say them either out loud or to yourself. Let's focus on these words as we say, I give myself permission to feel exactly as I feel this holiday season. I hold my emotions with compassion, patience, and gentleness. I am worthy of taking the space that I need to nurture myself. I trust myself to move through the season with kindness, honesty, and acceptance. Good. And just allow those words to settle within you. And when you feel ready, take one more deep cleansing breath and allow your eyes to flutter open. Beautiful. As we close this final episode of Season 2 of Daily Magic, I want to thank you truly for being here with me, for listening, for feeling, for allowing yourself the courage and tenderness that it takes to look honestly at your inner world. Thank you. However this holiday season unfolds for you, I hope that you remember that you are not required to perform joy, rush your healing, or make your experience look like anyone else's. You are allowed to move slowly. You are allowed to take pauses. You are allowed to care for yourself with the same love and patience that you so freely offer to others. It's been such an honor to share this season of Daily Magic with you, and I cannot wait to be back together again for Season 3. In the meantime, my beautiful friend, may you be blessed, may you be light, and may you be the magic. I love you.